All right, so the reason why most black men are colorists is mainly because, let's be real here, all right? This ain't no excuse. This is just the reality of how life has been, yeah, so far. We're going to look at the timeline of events. All right, so you're aware of post-slavery, right? Let's just start from the slavery point, yeah? All right, so black people, unfortunately, some black people were kidnapped, yeah? And they were, you know, mistreated and used as slaves to help build up the nation of other nations. You see what I mean? They help build them up. As simple as that goes. Um, and you know, then there's a thing of post-slavery, yeah. Even though the slavery is still sort of going on, but post-slavery, you had a situation where, all right, now there's access to, radio, yeah. Like, hear me out. There's access to radio. Then there's access to, in fact, prior to that, there's access to theaters, right? So in the theaters, you got the minstrel show, and it's black, it's white people painting their face black and basically mocking black people. Do you see what I mean? For entertainment purposes. Like, that's what they're doing. Like, creating a stereotype. And yeah, so there's that. Alright, next thing is there's radio. So they still sort of do the minstrel show, but you can't really see it on radio, but you can hear it. Alright, boom. Then you've got, and also if you look at the music industry as well, you know what I mean? They would, I think at one point, was it Lena Horne? They tried to say that, they wanted her to say that she was white, but she was a proud black woman. You see what I mean? Like, she was of fairer skin, like a light-skinned woman, light-skinned black woman. But she let people know that, no, I'm gonna identify as a black woman. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's that. But then so you can understand that there's colorism within the music industry, right? Now watch this. Boom. Then after that you got TV being introduced, yeah? Once again, you got colorism in that, but also racism as well within that as well. Yeah. So are you deep in what's going on here? So they're depicting black people in a certain way, yeah, on TV, and black people are watching the TV shows, and hearing these radio, and you see what I mean. So, and they're not really getting a sufficient education, yeah, because I don't know if I'm gonna do more research on this on the terms of timeline of the education prior to, being accepted and allowed to attend mainstream education. Um, so yeah, now in the mainstream education, they're not really teaching the right information in terms of Black history, so that had to be introduced as well. I think in the 80s that's when it was introduced in the UK. Imagine that, yeah, and they're still not really keeping it up all the way to 100 with that. But anyway, so on colorism, over decades, you know what I mean? Like, there is this constant propaganda in terms of how dark skinned women are viewed and how black women are viewed. And also, I forgot to mention, newspapers, they also play a part. Do you see what I'm saying? So, and sometimes some people do take on, they are the depiction of that stereotype, yeah? And some aren't. Do you see what I'm saying? So, the problem here is, okay, well, if they're not taught from an early age how to navigate through this, to say no, they're not this way. Do you see what I mean? And it's like, it's mad because this is no excuse, but if you're always thinking that way, in terms of seeing what you seeing things plus hearing it, and then you'll see it in your reality because your thoughts become reality. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's what tends to happen, and then they end up speaking. So if you're looking at Twitter, for example, where you're seeing most people being called out for being a colorist, and you know what I mean, it's because they're tweeting what's on their mind, what's their thoughts, but it's not really their thoughts. It's a thought that's programmed to them. Even my thoughts as well is programmed to me because from an early age, for some reason, I was able to break away from having that mindset of being a colorist. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, for some reason, I've always more or less gravitated towards darker skinned women, even though women are women, black women are black women. So that's, I guess, maybe now when I'm deep in it, maybe I have been a bit of a colorist in terms of towards light skinned women, but not really. Nah, I don't know. When I say that, I mean as in I'm always putting dark skinned women first. But that's because I'm seeing a gap in the market where I'm trying to make sure dark skinned women get their shine. You see what I'm saying? Um, Maybe that's that on that aspect. But other than that, for me now it's just about making sure that the right people get the right level of exposure. And I do what I gotta do with my platform, and you see what I'm saying? But my main thing is like not everyone is the same, but at the same time, the reason why there is, why it seems like most black men are colorists, it's simply because of that. That's the only way to explain it. Because if you look, like, you can see it for yourself. Go look at the TV shows. Look at the Proud Family. Look at the way they treat, is it La Cienega? And look at the way they treat the other girl, Dejanay. Yeah? Look at that. Look at the way they treat each other. Then look at the way Kyla Pratt in what show was it? One on One, how she is treated versus how Spirit is treated. And notice how Spirit is of a darker skin complexion. Yeah? That's just two shows that Kyla Pratt's in. Now she may not be fully aware of the colorism that's going on, nor may the writers or the directors or whatever, they may not be extremely aware, because sometimes what we do as human beings is always, we may mean well, but sometimes it's like, wait, you got that from somewhere, but you don't know where you got it from. When I used to do music, there was this bar I always used to say, yeah, it was something to do with 16 bars, 16 scars, blah blah, like, and for years, yeah, I thought it was my bar. Then I realized I listened to Power by Lethal B, yeah, and a whole host of different MCs. And then I realized that bar is not mine. That bar is not mine. That bar, I believe it's Flow Dance bar, actually. Because I don't know, like, this is the point I'm trying to make. Like, your thoughts are not really your thoughts. It's like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's mad. I'll explain it in another video. But I don't want to keep this video long. I want to keep it short and simple, right? The point I'm trying to make is your mind, how you think is based upon the information that you have. And unfortunately, what's happened over the years is parents are not really teaching their children. They're allowing their education system to just be their teachers and teaching them. And they may teach them a few things here and there, but it's just, just not, it's minor things. Do you see what I mean? It's not really sufficient things that's gonna have any real sufficient value. And then you wonder why some people in our community are just fucked up. Yeah? But don't get it twisted. There's a lot that's doing great. Don't ever get that twisted. Yeah? There's a lot of black excellence happening. So, there's some black people that's broken away from this mindset. And this is the thing, some people have learned from their past mistakes and realized, wait, hang on, that's not right. Like, I'm telling you, this is why. Anyway. But if you want to help break away from this mindset, or you want to help eradicate colorism from society once and for all, then one thing I'm going to recommend is if you click the link in the description box below, it says parenting, or not parenting, it says become a member of the Thealkebulantrust. When you click on that link, you get access to online courses such as parenting. Why that is key is mainly because you will learn exactly how to be a parent, because it is your responsibility as a parent to teach your children. Because when you teach your children, they won't be able to fall for the traps that the colonizers and the oppressors set. Because that's all that is, yeah? This colorism situation is a trap it's a division tactic. It's a divide and conquer, or divide and mainstream conquering tactic. So the only way to avoid that is, alright, let's beat them at their own game. Do you see what I mean? Let's beat them at their own game. They want to educate our children and miseducate our children. Let's educate our children correctly. Yeah? Because, anyway, I won't even go too deep because this is over 10 minutes now. But look, the link is in the description box below. Like I said, become a member of the Thealkebulantrust. Of course, to do parenting. Other than that, you're welcome to make a donation. The link is in the description box below. It says make a donation. You can make a donation of any amount so we can be able to put things into place to solve these problems once and for all. So if you've got any other suggestions, go ahead, leave that in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification because you never know the video you suggest might just be next.